reason, because what would be the point of life? There has to be something thereafter. People, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing fine. Today's video I am going to be talking about grief, the grieving process, and why the thoughts of death or conversations surrounding death can be an uncomfortable topic for a lot of people, even though we all know at some point we're going to transcend, we're going to pass away, but we don't know what happens thereafter. And I think that is what scares a lot of people, the unknown. But we all know the grieving process, it is not an easy one, especially if you're grieving for someone very close to you, someone very dear to you, such as a parent, a sibling, or a friend. Because through the stages of grief, the grieving process, it brings out the rawest of your human emotions, and you have no other choice but to submit and just accept that death has occurred. There is no right or wrong way in grieving for somebody, and there is no length of time which is okay for you to grieve for somebody, because even after many years after you've lost someone, you might get a memory or the circumstances surrounding their death, and it just brings back the same emotions of grief. Depending on what you believe in, you'll either embrace the fact that your loved one is no more, or you will question every single thing that makes sense to you in life. When grief consumes you, it is so painful. I have lost both my parents. My father passed away in 2003, and most recently my mom in 2020. For my father, it was so painful. It was the first time I had lost someone very close to me. Each and every single day, my existence was just painful. It took me a long time to get over my father's death. With my mom, it was just the start of the pandemic. It was totally, I was in complete shock. It was so painful for me, but I couldn't allow myself to be broken, because I was a mother. I have a 2-year-old that depends on me. So the only choice I had, especially during lockdown where we were all isolated, was just pray to God and just ask for strength so God can see me through. But not everyone is as strong to accept that death has happened. It takes a lot of people, a long time to get over the death of somebody, because through the grieving process, I believe that death is like a rebirth. We're supposed to, question what is the meaning of life. And I think we all do that. We do question what is the meaning of life. We go through so many different emotions. Sometimes we're sad, sometimes we're angry, sometimes we try and find comfort, we try and find peace, we try and find some sort of closure. The dynamics within the family and relationships change. Relationships are broken, relationships are mended. We question what is the meaning of life. We question God. And I think that is the power of God, because death almost reminds us that this life, it's just temporary. What is thereafter, we're not supposed to know. And that is also the beauty of life, because when we do transcend, or when we do pass away, no one really knows what happens after we take our last breath. We can speculate, we can hope, we can have faith, we can look to our religion or what the religious books say, but no one really knows. And when you lose someone very dear to you, you really have to try and find that sort of peace, to find a way to carry on with your life, because you have to carry on living. But there is no point worrying about death, because we are here for a reason. Because what would be the point of life? There has to be something thereafter. The God that I serve, I don't believe that there's any mistake. I don't believe that this life, it's just meaningless. Our families, our friend, the hard work, not even the material things, but just the fact that we are here. What is the reason for us to be here? And that is also the power of God. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, please stay blessed and look after yourself.